Well, it's good afternoon. This is Debbie with Food Prepping channel, and today I'm going to fix some top sirloin, and I'm just going to do a recipe in my, I can't even think of what this is called. Y'all know what this is. It's my big cast iron pot, and I'm going to fix, I've got 4 pounds of top sirloin in here that I've sliced up. I got it yesterday. It had been marked down tremendously, and I got this and I decided to slice it up into little strips. You can see the strips, I'm sure. And I've got 1 onion. I went to sear this, and I had forgotten that if I use my New Wave and my Instant Pot at the same time, I have to put my wattage down on my New Wave. So I had put my wattage down to 600 on my New Wave, and when I went to put it on Sear, I didn't think about it, and it didn't sear this meat. But it'll be okay. I'm gonna have flavors and all in here, and it's gonna cook for a couple hours, so it'll be all right. But anyway, I've got 1 whole onion here. This is a large onion that I'm going to put in here on top of the steak. We're just going to let this cook all day in these flavors, and when we get ready to eat, this steak is just going to fall apart. That's all it is to it. It's going to be amazing. All right, so I've got 1 onion that I've chopped up, and then I've got right here, I've got 1 bell pepper, and then I've got a pound of button mushrooms, or white button mushrooms. And I want to tell y'all this. I have done this for years and years and checked on, you know, they say that you're not supposed to wash your mushrooms. You're only supposed to wipe them off. Well, I'm sorry. I really don't like dirt on my mushrooms. And then I read that that was just a myth, that it doesn't do anything to them. And I've been saying that for years because I've always washed my mushrooms. I'll be daggone if I want dirt on my mushrooms. It just doesn't work like that. I don't want dirt on my mushrooms. And I don't think that by taking a damp paper towel and wiping your mushrooms off, that dirt's gonna come off. So I wash them. And I've washed them and put them in one of my pots or whatever to cook. And then I've wiped them off and put them in my pot to cook. Can't tell the difference. You really cannot tell the difference. It's not going to do anything to it, but it is going to get it cleaner. It's going to get that dirt off. I mean, this bowl was literally full of dirt. Full of dirt. I'm going to wipe my mushroom. I'm going to wash my mushrooms. Now, granted, I just wash them under the water and then wipe them off, but it's not going to hurt them. They've been sitting here. As a matter of fact, you can see that they've been sitting here for about an hour now, and they're dry, and it's just not going to hurt them. But anyway, so I've got the top sirloin, the onions, the mushrooms, peppers. I'm going to let this sit here. I've got it in avocado oil, probably 2 tablespoons of avocado oil, because I thought I was supposed to sear it, and it didn't work out like that. So I will bring you back when I get all this stuff cut up and in here, and we'll go from there. Okay, I'm back. All right, finally got up to sear, and I was cutting up the stuff, and anyway, now we've got all these bits of flavor down on the bottom of this pan. So I'm going to put in some chicken broth. And it's about 16 ounces. It's about a half of a box of this chicken broth. And we're just going to let that, all that come up off the bottom and go into this, and it's going to make some awesome flavor in here. And so I've got to cut up the mushrooms. I'm going to put the lid on this and let it be steaming, and I will bring you back. Okay, I'm back. All right, so I put that chicken broth in here, and I want you to look at how dark that is from all the pieces that were on the bottom. I think it's called the frond. And you deglaze the pan and get all that off, and that's what I did with the chicken broth. Now, a lot of people would use wine, but I really don't like wine so much in my steaks or in this dish. You could do that, but like I said, I'm not going to. All right, so I've got granulated onion powder, and I'm going to put about a teaspoon. Let's see. Whoops, there's more than a teaspoon. All right, about a teaspoon of onion powder in here, granulated onion powder. All right, and then I've got granulated garlic. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of that in here. All right. Get ready to put the mushrooms in. All right, let's stir this up really good. Get it in here, and that's the only thing I'm going to put in here. I've already got salt and pepper on the meat. I put a little bit of salt in here on top of everything after I put it on the meat. And now I'm going to put the mushrooms in, and the only flavoring I have is the salt and pepper, onion, and garlic, and these natural flavorings, the onions and the peppers, and everything else that I'm going to put in here. All right, so let's get this mixed up in here. And this is going to cook for a couple of hours. I want this to really develop some flavors and turn out really good. And in the meantime, I'm going to be making some other dishes too. So for this, I'm just really trying to use up some things that I bought and some circumstances I can't do with them what I want to do, so I'm trying to figure out whether I'm going to freeze them or what I'm going to do. But anyway, all right, so I've got this in here, and now what I'm going to do is I have got this can of Formano's chunky crushed tomatoes with basil, garlic, and oregano, and I'm going to pour that in here. And I'm going to get some water and empty and put it in this can. I'll probably put about half of this can of water in here, and I'm just going to let this cook all day, and I'll bring you back when this is done. Okay, I'm back. I just wanted to show y'all this has been cooking for about an hour, and I want you to look. You know, I put that 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes in here, and I want you to look at the juices that are in here. They have been turned from the bits and all that were on the bottom of the pan. They have already turned like a brown color, and this meat is going to be so good, so good. I'm just letting it cook. It's on 230 on my new wave, and you can see it's bubbling. I'm keeping the top on it, and I'm just letting this cook low and slow. And when I get this out, this is going to be so good. So anyway, I will bring you back and we'll get on with it after a while. Okay, I wanted to bring you back. I forgot to finish the video last night. So what I did last night was I ate some of this with the sauce, and I had bread, butter bread, and I just like sopped the bread in the sauce. I guess that's what us country folks say, is we sop the bread in the sauce. And the steak in this is amazing. It's so tender, it's so flavorful, it's just wonderful. So it's the next night, and I've got leftovers tonight, and what I'm going to do, I thought this would be pretty cool. I've got a can of Del Monte whole kernel corn. I'm going to put this in here. And I'm going to heat this up. And I've got some of those, I think it's Bob Evans, let's see. Yeah, Bob Evans mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese. And I'm going to fix this for myself for dinner tonight. And then I'll have some more leftovers for tomorrow. So I just wanted to bring you along. I'm going to go on and heat this up. And when my plate gets ready, I'll bring you back and you can see what the steak strips and I'll look like, and I'll taste them for you with this corn. I think this is going to be amazing. I love corn. So I will bring you back. Okay, I'm back. Alright, so here's my plate. I've got mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, and the steak, sirloin, top sirloin, and I cut them into strips. I've got the mushrooms here. I put a can of corn in it for tonight. I wished you could taste this. I wish you were here and could taste this. This is so good, and the little bit of juices or whatever that come out of this are just so good. I could have put them on my potatoes. I could have put some of it on my potatoes, but I just like butter on my potatoes. And I know we're not really doing, Bob Evans is not sponsoring this video or anything, but these, I'm telling you, these Bob Evans mashed potatoes and this macaroni and cheese, the macaroni and cheese will never, there is not a macaroni and cheese out here that will ever taste as good as homemade macaroni and cheese that you put in your oven and bake. But this macaroni and cheese is good. But the mashed potatoes are about as close as you can get to homemade. I put butter on them and pepper, and they are so good. I just wish y'all could see this beef. I wish you could taste it. This is so good. And I'm sorry that I forgot to bring y'all along last night. My mother had a stroke yesterday, and I was just really upset, and they texted me when she was on the way to the hospital in the ambulance, and I was fixing this then. I think I just had, I had taped the last thing, and except the eating it, and I just totally forgot. But anyway, if you like this video, you really do need to try this. It is really so good. And the mushrooms really taste good in here. This is the first time I've put mushrooms in it, but they really do give it an extra little oomph in there. Alright, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, look below for links to my Facebook, my Twitter, and I have a Facebook group for food prepping, so if you'd like to join that, it's the videos, all of the videos, as I put them on YouTube, they go direct right into my Facebook group, and so I hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.